Man, has it been a while. I am I don't if anyone is like me, and you have to do something or you want to do something and you have like this day, this time, this like deadline that you put yourself to, and then that deadline passes, the due date has come and gone, and I get anxiety then, and I just get embarrassed. I don't want to do it. I like honestly get like shut down for like whatever task I need to do. It still needs to get done, but I can't overcome the hurdle that is just starting the task, you know? So here we are. It's been months. I filmed a couple videos, never posted them. I was going to do like a catch up week for like the month that I was gone, and then that didn't happen, and then here we are. It is December 1st when I am filming this. I am about to get ready for work. Well, we're going to get ready to work for work together. And I'm just going to talk to you. I hope that's okay. Welcome back to my channel. Yeah. So work has been, it's been good. For those of you that don't know, I work at an Ulta Beauty now, and I actually, from when I started there back in April to now, I got promoted, which was cool. So I am now the retail operations manager of my store, which is exciting. But it's been extremely, extremely busy, and it's my first holiday back in retail after, oh my gosh, almost 10 years of not having to do a holiday in retail. And I gotta say, those 10 years of not having to do it were nice, because people are wild. By the way, guys, I am still working on Subculture. It's been a while. She's still kicking. Should I just update you guys? I finished another shade out of here. I've just been using this palette day in and day out. Anytime I do my eyeshadow, I now just reach for this palette for at least one of the shades. I only have 3 shades remaining. This is it. New Wave here crumbled, so I just crumbled it more. It like fell apart from the pan, so I just crumbled it up. That actually happened this week. So now I'm just using it kind of as a loose eyeshadow. It's kind of a pain in the butt because it's just loose in the pan. What do I need to tell you guys about? So work has been really busy. It's been really busy. Before that, we went to Las Vegas for a trip that we planned. We wanted to go to that like big When We Were Young festival. Like if you listen to indie music or like emo music from the early 2000s or late 2000s, I don't know. It's like the music Josh and I listened to in high school. We really love it. So we went to Las Vegas for this concert thing. It ended up getting canceled the 30 minutes before like the doors opened. It got canceled on the day that we bought tickets for, which was great. So that sucked. And then we get back from Vegas and we get COVID, and it was not good. I'm going to use this KVD Vegan Beauty Dazzle stick. I got this from work and I love it. It's so cool. Oh, it's so good. Like, this is the kind of eye look that I've been doing, though. I've been doing like a base shadow. I've been slapping on something like extremely beautiful on top of it. And then I either will put something a little bit deeper in the outer corner or just go with this. But yeah, I just been doing super simple looks like this. I will probably end up throwing Destiny from the Subculture palette, the green, in the outer corner. But let me just show you. That's what we're looking like at Subculture now. Like, things have been used. All-Star got used up within the past few months that you guys have seen it last. I am so close with New Wave. These are like the tiniest bare bones bits. We had COVID and it was awful. I was sick for in the entire 2 weeks, or like entire 10-day quarantine. I was sick for every bit of it. Every bit of it. I have never felt so achy and like just, I didn't even feel like I was in my own body. It was It's just so bananas. I'm concerned because Bandit's down here. He has been limping. We've been monitoring like a limp the past 3 or 4 weeks, and we took him to the vet a couple days ago, and they gave him some ibuprofen for dogs. The one that's not, don't give your dogs ibuprofen, but there is like Vetprofen is like what the name of it is. And so he is on some anti-inflammatory medicine, and we just have to monitor it for like the next few days, and hopefully it's not something worse. The doctor told us what things it could be. It's not exciting. So there's that. And then Josh is gonna go to Amsterdam in a couple days, in about a week at this point. So he's going to Amsterdam and like all the mix of this. So it's just been a little hectic. November is also, just so you guys know, November is the month of my family's like birthdays. A lot of us are born in November apparently. We have my mom's, and then a week later it's mine, and then literally a week later is my birthday, then a week later is my brother-in-law's birthday, and then a week later is my grandma's birthday. So it's just it gets a little crazy in November, to be quite honest. Like November flies by, and then couple that with the fact that now I'm at retail. It's just all time consuming, really. It's just so time consuming. Those are all of the reasons, my excuses of why I've been missing. And really, it mostly boils down to the fact that I get anxiety when I'm, I get anxiety if I like let something elapse for too long. And it takes a lot for me to like talk myself up into like coming back, you know? I just feel very alone, and I know that I can't be the only one that feels like that. Like that has to be a normal-ish thing. So I've been really into just like a tinted moisturizer. I've been using this SPF, this tinted SPF. It's literally just a tinted SPF color correcting primer. I've been using this as essentially my foundation, and then just going on with like a concealer on where I really need it. And it's been working actually pretty well, and it's been letting my skin breathe a little bit more. And I'm almost done with that sunscreen now, which is nice because I didn't really, it's like really thick. I don't know if you could like tell when I was applying it. It's very, very thick and doesn't really blend easily. With your fingers is the best method, and I feel like I just like have like a bunch on my hands now. Like whenever I touch things, I'll get like little sunscreen imprints until I go wash them. It's a lot. Ooh, if anyone's curious, I made myself a matcha. I bought a nut milker from this company called Almond Cow. Not sponsored, just I bought. It's really nice, and I make fresh almond milk at home now, and that's what this is, and I'm so happy. Fresh homemade matcha, and it's so delicious. It's been so long that I've talked and done my makeup that I literally am very confused at what I'm doing right now. I'm like, I didn't, okay. We're getting a little out of order. I'm going to go in with some liquid highlight just because I love a glow. I love a good glow. Usually I put this underneath my concealer. Maybe it will be okay if I do this, because I use this for my foundation and concealer. Maybe there's some left over on it. I've been trying to use this middle shade up in this palette because it has pan showing. Ooh, something else I should talk about, because it's not just my life getting in my way that's like causing me to not want to like do YouTube videos. It's also like partially the content that I'm making, and I'm very uninspired right now with panning, and that's like, I feel like I may have pigeonholed myself into like panning content. That's why people come to this channel. I feel like it's mostly panning. Like, that's what it is. And I don't want to continue to pigeonhole myself like that. I want to do things that are making me happy and excited. And a lot of that is like doing my makeup and maybe like exploring my collection more, because I've been so hyper focused on project pan items and trying to pan like this. I've been trying to pan it and I made really great progress, but I'm sick of like always reaching for the same items day in and day out, and I have no variety. The only variety I have is eyeshadow, and even then it comes overwhelming because I'm doing other panning projects, again, all centered around eyeshadow. So I feel like I need to realign and reassess what it is on this platform that really brings me joy versus what brings views. I don't know what I've been doing. So I don't know. I don't think I will stop panning because I'm still getting a lot of enjoyment out of using my collection. But I don't want to hyper focus, and like I say it ever since I started panning the first year, before I was even on YouTube, I did it only on Instagram, and I found myself only reaching for items that I was panning. And when I started on YouTube, I was the same way, but I was focused on like 20 favorites in 2020. And that was kind of nice because I was like, ooh, I never got to like experience these like favorite items for the past year. Like I've been using items that I'm like don't want anymore and just like want to clear them out of my collection. And 2020 and 2021, I kind of did the same kind of thing. And then this year I was doing like the similar kind of thing. And I think I'm just sick. Hey. I don't know what I was talking about. So I think what I was talking about before, I had to like check on, oh buddy. He's been limping and I'm so worried about him. What I was saying, I think, was going back to project panning, and I'm still finding myself not being able to like, even not being on camera, I'm like not able to use anything other than my project pan items, and it's become almost like an obsession, and I don't want my makeup to feel like it's a chore anymore. Like I've been starting to feel like, oh my gosh, I can only use these 10 items or only use these eyeshadows that I'm panning, and what if I don't like the color combinations, and what if I just don't like the shades anymore and I'm stuck using them because I have to pan them. It's been getting me a little bit down in makeup, and even to the point like the past couple weeks I've been putting away a lot of my makeup and like being like, okay, myself, like pep talking myself, like, okay, me, I'm allowed to like touch anything that I want inside of here. I rearranged my makeup, so like it's a little bit different now, but I like rearranged my makeup to try to like re-inspire me and like get me like looking at things again. And I'm finding myself not even being able to like look at any other items. I'm still stuck on the items that I'm trying to pan, and I don't know, it's becoming like I'm not even excited about anything that I own. Like yesterday I was trying to pick out eyeshadows. I was like, okay, maybe I'm just sick of like looking at Subculture because I've been using it for so long. It's time that maybe I try something else for like, I'll give myself a week. I can literally touch any other eyeshadow I want. I'm just going to set this in my little palette thing and like not worry about it. And I found myself flipping worrying about it last night. Like, but I'm not going to be able to finish it. And I just like, yes, like part of that is true. Like I do want to finish the eyeshadows, but I don't want it to be like to the point where it's causing me to not want to touch anything else, because man, variety is the spice of life. It is so boring to use the same thing day in and day out when someone like me who loves makeup and loves like all of the items that I've like collected and accumulated over the past few years. So I'm just on here to tell you I am coming back. Things are going to be different on my channel. Things are going to be a lot different. I've not been like shopping and like being like overspending, because since I work at Ulta, I like kind of am fine seeing the items and like getting other people excited to use them, and it like fills the like itch that I have. Like, I don't need to get it. Like, I don't need to get things because I'm excited helping other people get excited, you know? I don't know. And I don't know. So, ooh, sun, you are back out. I'm going to put my eyeliner real quick while hopefully the sun hides behind a cloud again. Panning is almost like honestly become like an obsession for me. Like, I see things that are almost done and I'm like, ooh, I need to only use this until I finish it now, which like is kind of a good mindset, but at the same time, I'm going to scooch over. I have plenty of things over here that need to get loved too. I don't need to like pigeonhole myself into like 5, 10, 20 items at a time. I think a lot of it stems from oversaturating myself in eyeshadow, what I'm doing. So having a Pan That palette, I think, who did I just watch say it best? Haley? I think I saw Haley say it best. Like, I love the idea of finishing a palette, but not to the point where I need to let everything else in my collection just like suffer and die. I feel like I don't even know my eyeshadow collection anymore, and I have a lot of things that are really beautiful and a lot of things that are very expensive that just don't get used because I'm trying to pan this old son of a gun. I was even trying to last night just let myself play around with makeup because I knew I had a little bit later start today than my normal work days. So I was like, I'm going to just let myself like have makeup playtime. Josh is working a little late today. Like, this is fine. I will be able to do whatever the heck I want. What did I end up playing with? Subculture, because I couldn't like let myself find anything else. Even to the point where I've been doing build your own palettes because there's a shade in here I want to finish too, which I dropped Cloud 9 by Glaminatrix, and it's such a beautiful shade. I salvaged what I could, what didn't touch the ground. And I've been using this with this orange also, so maybe I can top it a little bit. So I'm finding myself wanting to use things up where they don't, like where it makes sense, like this, or like the little bit of New Wave that's left, or the little bit of setting spray that's left in here. But I'm finding myself like this guy here. Oh. Like this is a beautiful powder and it is almost done, but I've been focusing on this for months now, trying to like finish that powder. I'm not letting myself put it back and like find another thing because I do have other powders that I truly like, but again, I'm like hyper focusing myself and like not letting myself enjoy the things that I enjoy. That's all I'm saying. So I think next year I would like to do like, I keep like referring to this in my head as this, like a study in my palettes. Like I want to take a 1 week, 1 palette kind of series. At the end of the week, compile like all the looks that I've done, do a video with all the looks, not really as like a dedicated video, but like as a bonus video. Like some people have some of the old palettes that I have in my collection. I know they have to. And I would like to do something where I do like a week of looks using that. But I don't want to completely, again, feel like I have to use that palette. I would love to pan those eyeshadows again because that's what really made me feel the most creative with my eyeshadow, was having these like randomly generated or hand-picked shades. But I don't want to force myself to use shadows that are ones that I don't want to use. So if I did that again, I would either want to do the way Alexi, the creator of Pan Those Eyeshadows, truly intended, which was randomize the palette and hand selecting the shade, which now, after doing the completely randomized portion of the project for a couple years, I see the value in hand picking the shades that you want to focus on, because you're not going to be pigeonholed to shades that you don't like. Or maybe you pick a shade in a palette and you try to use it however many times to get pan in it, and you realize that's really not a favorite shade after all, and you don't know how to get it to work, or maybe it's not working the way that you had initially enjoyed it, like stuff like that. I want to be able to use my collection and know my camera's overheating, everything's happening at once, but that's really it. I'm going to just throw on my mascara, but thank you guys for getting ready with me. This is essentially the finished look. I'm not going to hop on. You'll see the complete look in like a video that's coming up after this, or in 2 after this or something. If you really care about the finished look, I'll take a picture and I'll include it right here of just the finished look of it. But I'm going to let my camera cool down. The sun is beating on it. And again, you can see that the sun is coming in. I'm squinting. Everything's happening. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are excited that I'm coming back-ish, or hopefully we'll be coming back. I am coming back, but I think it's just going to look different. We're going to look a little bit different coming back in the new year. Between now and the new year, just count on a video here or then. No real commitment schedule. I'm thinking once or twice a week. But yeah, no real commitment yet. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are staying healthy, sane, and safe. And I will catch you in the next video. Bye!